The following is a Scotch Media production.
See, the Shehnai, historically or traditionally, especially in the Indian community, it's a very boring, drony instrument. You hear it at weddings, it's like, and everyone's just like, oh man, no one really likes it. But I started doing like pop Bollywood covers, and everyone's like, wow, what is this? And then it just kind of grew from there.
This guy, the Shehnai Guy.
Shehnai
Be Shehnai,
Guy.
the Shehnai Guy.
You say that really well, by the way.
Shehnai Guy?
Yeah,
Bro, I have Middle Eastern blood.
that's true.
Because of that, I can roll my tongue. We can sit similar.
Yeah,
Bro, we're brethren.
yeah. It's sometimes I tell people I play this instrument, and it's like, how do you say it again? But it's refreshing to know. To have someone say it properly, you know?
Thank you, my good friend. I knew we were gonna be close. The minute we locked eyes across that bar and I dropped fish on your jacket.
Oh my God! You know that my jacket is still on the floor in my closet.
You should probably get that washed. I think it was like. You might want to.
Yeah, well, so I have like dry clean pile, and it takes a long time to fill up.
So the Italian part of me is gonna say Mingya. Oi. Are you ready, my friend?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You rock it. Guys, this is my first guest. I feel unbelievable, everyone out there. I'm so excited. And I'm so happy that it is my friend, the one, the only, Ankit Patel.
Ankit Patel.
Ankit?
Ankit.
Ankit?
No,
That's
no,
what,
hold on.
Let's
Amit,
recut this because
no,
that sounds awful.
No. Amit is my employee in India. My really, really good friend. So I think he'd appreciate that.
Patel?
Yeah, he's Patel.
So are you Patel too?
I only hire Patels.
You're only literally?
No, I was just joking. But
That would be like I could see it being possible.
well, it's
though.
just I own
There's a lot of Patels. I only want Patels as doctors. I want a Patel. I have a Delaria now.
Okay.
He's wonderful. I love Dr. D.
Yeah, there's a lot of Dr. Patels. But yes, Amit Patel is my main employee from my digital marketing agency. He's been with me for about 15 years. He's basically runs my agency, like a brother of mine. So I think he's gonna appreciate it.
So, which is, by the way, a whole nother thing we're going to talk
Sure.
about. Just of the true dimensions of the Shehnai Guy.
Shehnai Guy.
But why don't we say the exact pronunciation? So,
It's Ankit.
Ankit.
Ankit. So Ankit. So a lot of Americans say Ankit. So I got teased growing
Ankit
up.
for a
Like,
hunk of cheese.
yeah, I used to get made fun of growing up, like it could be called Ankit Spankit.
Oh, bro, I was that.
Yeah, Ankit Spankit.
I would have been that little
Ankit,
turd.
Ankit Wankit.
Yep.
Ankit Crankit.
Bro,
I
my
used to get a
name's
lot.
Peter, bro. Come on. I got all the dick jokes.
Oh, fair.
I got all.
Yeah, fair.
Fair, of course, fair. I got all of them. Hey, dick, man, you're dick no matter what. Peter. Like, I know
Fair.
you can't
Fair.
play that one with me.
Fair.
So I want a full birth certificate, government name pronunciation.
Okay. So when I was born, my full name was, I say was because I legally changed it about a decade ago. Oh, I just made it shorter. But essentially, it's Ankit Kumar. So Kumar essentially means prince. It's very common for parents, especially from the older generation in India, to put Kumar after their name, after their son's name. So Ankit Kumar. And then my father's name was Mahesh. So Mahesh Bhai, it's kind of like a brother. It's more of a respect. And then Patel. So my full legal name was Ankit Kumar Mahesh Bhai Patel.
Ankit Kumar Mahesh Bhai Patel.
Patel, correct. And then basically I just shortened it. My name's Ankit, not Ankit Kumar. So my legal name now is Ankit Mahesh Patel.
Ankit, the world, my friend of about 2 weeks, but very interesting guy.
It's like
and
a week,
it's not
week and a half.
week
Really.
and a half, if you want to be technical. Ankit Mahesh Patel.
Patel, yes, sir.
Thanks for coming, man.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
It's I'm so happy it's you. Is my first. Honestly, I got to be like I've been thinking about this, and it's so interesting when I first met you and we got a chance to talk, and I was knew of you, but I didn't really know. I just knew, oh yeah, it's mutual friend. This guy he's like the number one Shehnai player.
No.
That's what I was like. I told her
no, I'm not even close. I'm the only one or very few people who play it in America. Yeah.
how many. Okay, so how many? Because that's going to get into my icebreaker here, which is why the Shehnai. But I know, but why the Shehnai? And if there's so little out there, is it a niche instrument for you? Is it something you saw as, or was there a true love? But take me back to like why the Shehnai? And if there's a deeper story, please, let's go down that river.
Yeah. So, there is a true love for this instrument. So, growing up as a musician, okay, I primarily grew up playing the keyboard. So, I've gone deep into like music theory and chord theory and Indian ragas and things like that, and playing at the local temples and things like that. The Shehnai in Indian religious music is extremely common. It's an extremely common instrument. But I think they just hire some people from India just to record it in the studio, and that's it. It's not really brought to the front. And I've always enjoyed and liked listening to this instrument. It's got this soul to it. And I really wanted to learn it. And I never really thought of it in terms of a business or in terms of a niche and things like that. I'm sure deep down, subconsciously in my business marketing mind that was there, but it was never in the forefront. So I found a teacher.
So would you say it was a hobby more in the beginning, just straight up?
Yeah, music has always been a hobby for me. I started learning, I'm 40 years old now, and I started learning the Shehnai at age 30. And I have a friend in Mumbai who's very well connected in the music industry, and he introduced me to my now Guruji, who is my teacher in Mumbai. And I basically go there every year, or at least try to, at least pre-COVID. I was just there a few months back, and I learned from him. So yeah, and I'm still learning. You know, my playing style of the Shehnai is a lot more modern, a lot more fusion based. Not because that's the direction I want to take it, and maybe it is, but essentially it's an extremely difficult instrument to play. So I just don't really have all the nuances of how you are supposed to play traditional Shehnai like my Guruji can play. So I say all this to say that I'm nowhere near the best. But I am one of the few.
Would you say you're the best within 300 miles?
Yeah, without a doubt.
500 miles?
I think there's this. How far is New York from here? How many miles? Like 700?
Wait, so I don't know. We can maybe look that up if we have a fangly thing here.
I think there's this guy in New York that plays it. He's a jazz player.
Well, that's funny, man, because when you warm it up, I was like, dude, you could drop this in a jazz quartet.
You can.
Easy.
You can.
It's very oboe.
So the Shehnai, okay.
See, it's Shehnai.
Oh, 745 miles from here. Okay, so yes, I would say I'm the best at 500 miles.
That's my boy.
Yeah, dude.
But you wouldn't say at 800 miles, this guy might give you a run for your money up here.
I just know that he plays it. I've never seen his videos, if that makes sense. He doesn't really promote himself that way. I think he used to play often, and he's done quite a few Indian weddings before I was in the scene, but I just don't know how well he plays. But I'm sure he's a phenomenal player.
It's funny because you look at it and you would think, because watching it, now, like I said, I have a degree in music. I tiptoed a little bit, and you look at it and you're like, that it could, and once you hear, you're like, man, that thing could land. And you would think other people would maybe be like, yeah, I can play blank. So I'm going to give you, it's double reeded, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. So I can play oboe or bassoon, which are double reeded. Mm-hmm. And so maybe, you would think someone picking up, but it's got the most, wait till you guys hear this. We're going to play later on a little jam.
Yeah, I would say it certainly has more of a charm when you hear it live acoustically. For all you listeners at home, when you hear it through these speakers, I don't think you're really going to get the full charm. But yes, it is a double reeded instrument. It's a very difficult and bendy instrument to play, not necessarily in terms of producing the sound. Well, producing a sweet sound, yes, but really in terms of pitching. It's an extremely difficult instrument to pitch.
So you go back in the sense of saying this has become almost religious for you?
So the Shehnai traditionally, historically, is okay. Let me go into a little bit of a history lesson here. We're talking in this microphone here. Okay, this microphone has only existed. The whole concept of a microphone has existed for what?
It's 80 years,
Yeah,
100
maybe
years.
100
Max.
Okay, so what would you do at a wedding 200 years ago? Would you play the sitar? No one's gonna hear it.
That's true.
What are you gonna play? What are you gonna play at a funeral?
No one, you,
Something that people.
What are you gonna play what are you gonna play when the king gets back from war? So these classical instruments like the sitar, the flute, they were really meant for royalty in the palaces, in the kingdoms. Like it was for select people to listen to. The Shehnai is a folk instrument for everyone. And that's why the Shehnai is so versatile. I can play like a pop song and I can make you cry because people played it for all types of events, no matter what, because there was no amplification. And that's really the beauty of the Shehnai and sort of the concept of why it's played in so many different areas. Now, to answer your question about the religious aspect, yes, the Shehnai was played primarily in weddings, when there's big festivals, when whenever anything auspicious happened, they would play Shehnai for almost everything. So.
has it become religious for you in the sense of practice and you have a guru? Like, has this become almost like it's a place where I go to kind of, right? Like,
Yeah.
settle myself, right? Like I do that sometimes. I used to go to like pick up guitar a little bit just to, even though I'm not a very good guitarist, I could play a song and I could find it kind of like help center me. And it seemed when I watched you play and warm up, it was almost like you kind of, which you'd always the greats kind of like, and I'm not putting you there, but like people that can control their instrument, like really kind of go to that place, right? Like,
Yeah, the Shehnai is not an instrument that you just turn on and start chomping on. You know, the Shehnai, there's a beauty behind the process of learning and even just setting it up. So one thing that my Guruji does, which he's passed on to me, is he'll play some sort of drone. Let's say you're going to be playing in the key of D or C sharp or whatever it is. You'll play that drone, you'll set it up, and then what you essentially do is you kind of close your eyes and you meditate on that frequency. Okay, again, on a piano, when you push the key of D, D comes as long as it's tuned, right? Just because I'm holding D and blowing, or the key doesn't mean that D is going to come. So I have to really absorb that into the vibrations of my body and what I'm feeling at the time. So there has to be a sense of calm. Okay, if you ever watch real Shehnai players, they're not jamming out. They're closing an eye. They're closing their eyes. They're closing one of their senses to focus on that key and really trying to pull out that emotion. So yeah, to some degree, I wouldn't necessarily say religious. Yes, religious, but more spiritual.
spiritual.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like my form of meditation, my form of mindfulness.
It's kind of that's where I was going with. That's exactly because watch is like wow, like and it's pretty cool, and you see like somebody do something that they've gotten really good at, and how they could drop right into it quick. And we said, yeah, it needs a little bit of time to warm up and this and that, and it was almost like it was a living thing. Like
Yeah.
and like that's like my favorite instruments become that like
Yeah, well, you can't like go to a guitar center and buy a Shehnai. There's no factory for the Shehnai. Every reed, every pipe, every Shehnai, every bell has been handmade by someone. So if I just change one pipe out or one reed out, maybe we can go a little bit later into the nuances of it. It changes the instrument, and I have to understand that change and be able to control that and understand that and control that. So yeah, it is. You're 100% right. Even the temperature of this room can change how I play.
so
My thoughts, my energy can change the way I play.
it's like an antenna for the soul.
Yeah, as a Hindu, in the morning, we do this what we call puja. So it's essentially we meditate and we pray in the morning. And I'll be honest with you, it's tough for me. I have a lot going on in my mind. I'm like, I want to meditate. I want to be calm. huge Kobe Bryant fan here. I think we touched on that when we first met. He does this thing. He preaches mindfulness, where he just goes to this one room in his house, or used to go to one room in his house, and just sit for 15 minutes. And I would just love to do that, and I can never do that in the morning. I'm supposed to do it in the morning to kind of set my day, but when I do it at night when I practice, it comes out.
That's exactly pretty much what I was going for. Like it puts you in a state of the basket's to be able to, when you need to, make the basket this big. You know, you put yourself in that state of, and Kobe probably looked at it as like, I could put myself in this state in front of 35,000 people at the Staples Center. Staples Center they played? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Staples Center. And make myself feel like I'm inside that room alone by myself, and just kind of, which is, I think if anybody out there, if you could find that, whatever it is, I don't know, I find it a couple different things, but this is pretty impressive. Like, just when I watched, like I said, we've had a chance to talk. Like, I originally really wanted to take this down the road of just how much you know in music and how diverse your music is. And we're going to talk about your upcoming projects here too. But it was unbelievable to watch you land and to watch you kind of drop right in on that, man. That was, from a musician standpoint, everybody out there might be like, what? But we'll see in a second. You guys will notice it and really watch how this man can absorb into his instrument. It's pretty impressive. So we know it's unique. What unique stuff has it opened up for you? What's like the craziest thing you've ever done when asked to bring your Shehnai?
Well, so I started learning, about 10 years ago, and I would say I would feel confident in playing it live after about 6 years, 5 or 6 years.
Really?
So first it was just a lot of practice, and then
that's overachieving, bro. It's pretty impressive.
No, it's just it's tough. It's a very tough instrument.
Yeah, and then in front of people, it's one thing. Like, I wouldn't come out of my room for the first 5 years, and then I played.
Well, in the beginning, I was in the beginning I was very pitchy. After I'm still pitchy. Even now, I'm a little pitchy. But essentially, my guru told me that just go out there and play. It's like, just go to weddings and play. If you get the gig, just go do them, because that's what's gonna make you get better. Because if you're just gonna wait to be fully not pitchy, you're just never gonna play. So first I would go out there and I'd play, and then that was okay. But I would say during the pandemic is really when my whole channel kind of shined, because I got into production more. I got into video editing and things like that, and I would do a lot of post production on the Shehnai, add some effects and things like that. And if I have 20 takes to get the perfect take, versus live. So
I know how that works.
Yeah, I'm sure you know. So essentially, but I came up with some cool videos. See, the Shehnai, historically or traditionally, especially in the Indian community, it's a very boring, drony instrument. You hear it at a wedding, it's like, and everyone's just like, oh man, no one really likes it. But I started doing like pop Bollywood covers, and everyone's like, wow, what is this? And then it just kind of grew from there.
Do you do any actual like top 40 chart outside of, like, I heard something, I was like, that sounded a little bit like Hit Me Baby One More Time almost. I was like, it was something like that. When you were warming up, I was like,
I mean, I do mainly Bollywood covers. I've done some American songs, obviously, but yeah, I would do Bollywood covers and things like that. But I would collab with a lot of people. I would do some videos and things like that.
If you could collab, who's the one person you would collab with?
A couple of people come to mind. I'm more of a, soulful world musician, if you will. So there's a very popular Indian music composer, producer named A.R. Rahman. He certainly comes to mind. I would love to do something for Yanni.
We talked about you. I'm a Yanni fan.
Yeah, I am too.
I think that's when I won your heart, when I said Yanni live at the Acropolis.
I was like, okay, I'll come on his podcast now.
He said it's what did it. Thank you so much to, what was the name of that restaurant? The Greek Cafe, I think, I washed dishes at. Thank you, because without you, I would not have known Yanni live at the Acropolis. I could play every instrument on that.
I still watch that video sometimes on YouTube.
The violinist in the red dress slays it. All I kept thinking to myself was, she would have been a great fill-in for Dave Matthews when they needed it. She's incredible. Like, just talk about another person that just puts themselves. So would it be that person, or would it be Yanni?
No, it would be Yanni, the actual.
Would Yanni's the one that you would?
Well, so Yanni's more of a producer composer, right? So I would essentially like to perform for one of his shows with him
so
on one of his songs.
So you proverbial would be the man in the red suit. Or
maybe,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
like you
understand what
could
you're
be the spotlighted. That'd be pretty, bro. I could imagine you at like, I don't know. And then
I think that if
maybe we
if
can make it
Yanni
happen.
stumbled across a Shehnai, maybe not, maybe my Shehnai, I don't know, but at least my guru Shehnai, if he ever stumbled across it, I think he would want it in his show.
Did you ever think
definitely
about
his
running
vibe.
like wah or anything through it?
Water?
Like wah pedal, like guitar, just really pitching it and shifting it. And
No. I grew up being a keyboardist, and I can confidently say that I'm anti-electronic music right now.
no, that's guitar. That's guitar effects. Would that consider?
Yeah.
No, you don't like the pit. You don't know effect. True.
I when I play at weddings, I don't like the DJs like, do you need power? No, I don't need power. Like I want raw acoustical music. Only.
Wow.
I'm into that. That's what I'm saying. So the answer, yeah, no. I would say that learning the Shehnai or transitioning from keyboard to Shehnai has really sort of molded me or kind of conditioned me now to appreciate acoustic music more or instrumentation more. And whenever I see production stuff with like wahs or like filters and low filters and high pass and all this, I'm just like, doesn't excite me.
So you're
I'm a traditionalist.
straight up. That's exactly where I was going at.
Yep.
You are a traditionalist. All right. So listen, here's what I want, because I want to hear it again.
Mm-hmm.
Take me through however you want to do it.
Sure.
You want to do it with a little bit of solo, with the tones. Take me through a 1.5-minute journey in your head.
Okay.
Do the Shehnai.
I want to show. Yeah, I'll play, but I'll also kind of explain the nuances of the instrument as well.
Done.
Simultaneously, yeah.
Done. Yeah. You take me through and then explain to me, or just explain to the world.
Sure. No, I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of play a drone here in the back. It's in the scale of D. So I'll just have this playing in the side.
We're picking that up nicely.
Yeah, I'll put it right here. It's fine.
No, it's great.
So the Shehnai essentially has 7 holes. Your tonic is 3 down. So this is considered your, what we call sa, in this case D. So I can go lower octave this way, and then essentially I'm going up the scale as I move my finger up. And then I can go high octave this way, and I can go even higher if I wanted to.
I got a C- in theory. I just want to let you know that. Fair.
So
I remember tonic. I'm like, I remember what that is. I think.
Tonic is the main note. In this
The
case,
root
D.
note in it.
Yes, in this case D. So this is my D scale Shehnai. So if you can see, these holes are super small. Okay, so it's either on or off. But there's 12 notes in an octave. How are you going to play all those notes? And the only way you can control those notes is actually through your embouchure.
Your embouchure.
Exactly. So let's just take the first 3 notes, okay? So I guess it's D, E, and F sharp. Okay, like the major scale.
This is so interesting. Here we go.
I'll play down so you can see in the camera too. Okay, so if I go up the scale, so that was a major third. Now, what if I want the third note to be minor? So notice my finger is this, correct? I'm gonna do the exact same fingering. Now, if I want the second to be minor, which has more of an Arabic feel,
Come, Indy, come. It sounds like that. Imshi, Indy, run. I said no camels. I must bring back to do for the truck, Imshi.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
It does have that feel.
Oh, great grandma's loving this. Great grandma's happy. I love you, Sithu. That's my Sithu out there. She's like, bro, let's play.
So
please.
yeah, so basically what I'm getting at is you have to really kind of try to hold the embouchure to hit that tone or hit that note, and a lot of these holes have like 2 or 3 notes that you can hit, and you can also hit all the stuff in between. But there's also beauty in that too. Like, for example,
Well, it's like you don't need effects. You can make your effects on your own. You can bend your notes. You can flutter your notes.
there's
You have vibrato in there.
There's vibrato, there's staccato.
Yeah.
See?
Try that again. Ready?
All right, let's go.
Oh my God!
Wow.
You're
Awesome.
bro. I'm horrible. I'm horrible. What are you talking about? You're amazing. I was beating on a drum.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's cool. So let me just show you one last thing that I want to share with the world.
Hey, show.
No, just the one thing I really want to share is for example, if you wanted to kind of go between 2 notes without changing the finger, and the kind of what sort of feel that brings out.
You come to see me again, Mr. Bond. I do not have the diamonds or the codes.
So yeah, that's it.
It sounds, you can literally hear it in movies,
Yeah.
in soundtracks. I listen to a lot of Ravi Shankar. Like, just when I get on a plane, I'm getting ready to literally shit my pants. The minute he goes in, everybody drops back, and you feel those flaps drop. I'm just like, oh, Jesus, God. But I put Mr. Shankar on, and I put that in my head, and it just like, and every once in a while, it'll pop up.
Yeah.
The Shehnai
Yes.
will pop up, and it makes you feel just like, and now, bro, that, maybe at 50, I'm not old, I can learn.
Yeah, you can learn.
I know you have stuff coming up. Tell me about it.
It's something that's been brewing in me for a while. So essentially,
So this is a patch. This is like your opus.
yes, this new project is gonna be. It's kind of like a soup of everything I've done in the last 20 years.
A chowder
Yeah, yeah,
stew.
yeah, Stu. Essentially, I own a digital marketing firm,
Yes, you do.
which is a business. So I've had for about a little over 18 years, and I understand that world, the business world, to some, mostly. The business is also a digital marketing firm. So marketing is really what I do for a living. Okay, Instagram, Facebook ads, Google ads, especially, is really where I live.
You're somewhat of a guru in that space.
I wouldn't say guru, but yes, I host a podcast called the Pest Control Internet Marketing Podcast, and I've been doing pest control marketing for many, many years, and I have many clients in that space, and I've shown great results. So it's I know what I'm doing in that space. It's very niche, but I've
what's
kind of
in
demolished
in the niches?
Yeah, you know
The riches.
That's right.
That's from this guy.
Yep, riches are in the niches. Yep.
They're in the niches. So
That's for sure.
internet marketing, pest control marketing.
Yeah, I guess for the sake of this conversation, really it's just the business side and the marketing side that I feel I understand, or at least am passionate about and willing to learn more, and getting into the AI side of things and just the messaging side of things and the branding side of things. And, I feel like I'm a fairly decent composer, producer, musician. So I'm putting everything into one big project where I'm looking to essentially start a live music ensemble, a show, an initiative where people will basically go to these experiences and pay for a ticketed event, something that I could grow into something bigger, maybe expand to something worldwide. So it's a project called Surya Ensemble. Surya means sun in Sanskrit, or I guess ancient traditional Indian language. And it's really a show about different cultures and different fusion-based musicians coming together and putting on an experience that really has never really been seen before, at least here in Atlanta and most of the United States. I mentioned I like Yanni. I would compare the program or the concept to Yanni, but on a more intimate jazz bar type of setting level.
Well, so we're not doing this at the Acropolis.
So
Mountain? No, just kind of.
I mentioned earlier, right? The Shehnai. You've probably seen some Shehnai videos, right? Of
I
me
watched
playing.
a few. We're getting ready. Yeah.
But did it sound like this?
No.
It doesn't. I don't want you to hear the Shehnai through a big ass speaker. I want you to hear the rawness of it in front of you.
It's aggressive.
Yeah.
Like it's powerful and you could feel it.
Exactly. But I think that's the beauty of acoustical music. And you can grow to a big stadium or a theater or amphitheater or a concert hall, but I think you'll lose what I'm trying to show.
Well, isn't that like that's the, in my opinion, man, you're basically speaking on behalf of every musician out there, period. It's like everything. I worked in the concert industry for years. Mm-hmm. And the first thing that we would say when we were loading in for a show, right, at big amphitheaters, huge, figured 25, 30,000 people. I think one of ours was upward 60,000 people. I kind of looked over, but it was at least that much, maybe. I don't know. But close. But the point being is that we would always know how good the show was going to be. The true musicians, by how many trucks came. And trucks, i.e., lighting, stage, vanity ramps, baloney, all this type of stuff. We usually had a pretty good gauge. The lower trucks, then we knew the show was going to be genuine, right? It was.
Well, you knew they had money for a big production.
Well, it's not so much. Well, but what are they hiding? Mm-hmm. Right? What are you hiding in production? And what I think you're showing here is that I'm raw. Like I can't hide through production. Maybe there'll be some lights, but basic. Like we used to always look like, oh, this is a 37 truckload, and no, this is gonna be it's a circus in the sense of what are we hiding?
Yeah.
Right? Where you're showing in the sense of I'm willing to come out raw and show my music. Well,
yes, but not just from that angle. Essentially, it's sort of like why people go to jazz bars. It's the experience, and or even quartets.
The intimacy.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like all musicians, I remember we played shows. I played shows in front of 10,000 people. I've played shows in front of 150 people. The 150 people shows are so much better.
You played that drum?
I played that exact drum in front of 10,000 people. It was incredible. They booed me.
I would hire you.
Bro, that's not even my... Maybe I'll play kit with you one day. That would be a lot of fun. You could hear that over it. You really could. And maybe we play kit over with a bass player.
Yeah,
like a
awesome.
jazz.
Yes.
What if we did it like a jazz trio?
No, it'd be cool.
And we found a Slayer bass player. Maybe the guy played upright, and we did some jazz stuff around. Maybe that is because I've always dreamed of having the Pete podcast band. Why can't it be led by the Shehnai? It's like you're my. What's the guy's name? Who is it? The guy for late night for a long time. He'd sit back there with the piano. With
Paul Schaefer.
You could be my Paul Schaefer, but just with a. I'll be like. It'd be incredible.
Oh my god!
So tell me. So when is this? When is this unveiling of this?
Yeah, so we're still in the early stages. The first show that we're launching is going to be called Elements, where through primarily music and some narration, some lights, we're going to be taking the audience through a journey of the four primal hues of this world: earth, wind, water, and fire. And
This is so it's so up Yanni's.
oh, it's so good.
I could see Yanni like being like,
It's so good.
I want to work with this guy.
No, yeah,
I love
hope so.
you know Yanni loves himself some Elements.
Yeah,
You just see
yeah,
it. You just see it.
Yeah, exactly.
As he whips his hair back, and his little mustache.
His hair's so good. Yeah, but essentially, that's the first show. We're looking to have a launch party for the show. Where I'm inviting basically people in the industry, people I know. I think you're going to be there.
I am going to be
You're
there.
going to be
I am going to be there.
Good. It's on March 28th is our launch party. Our venue, well, March 28th is the invite only. April 18th will be our first ticketed event. And we just recently secured a venue. It's at the Magnolia Hall in Piedmont Park. It's the same venue where they do the candlelight concerts.
Sweet.
Yep. So, it's gonna be awesome. Hopefully, I'm really excited. We got a great team. I have a Persian percussionist. I have a violin lady, a viola lady. We have a cultural dancer. I have a classical guitarist.
Bro, this is expression to the fucking hilt, brother.
Yeah.
This is what we want. This is expression. This is timely that you are my first guest, because a month ago we were at our first Indian wedding.
Oh, you told me about that.
And we're going to we'll probably put a picture somewhere around here of us at it. And we went all out. I'm sure the women at the Sari store came in, were like, we're taking them for everything because they got us. Oh, 5 events, this and that. You need a different outfit for everyone. You got to wear a different necklace for.
Yeah.
But they got us good. But good work, ladies. Got to be honest. It was a pretty impressive take on their end. But we have never had such a good time. Not only that, you're right. I was thinking about the whole time going, and it's the one thing the wedding was missing. They didn't have a Shehnai.
Right.
They didn't have one. They had a drum, and he came in on a horse.
Well, see
But I'm missing that now. Now I'm gonna be like,
well, see, that's during the procession, the horse and the drum. That's during the procession. But at the actual wedding ceremony itself, when you're sitting there for like an hour and a half, that's when they play the Shehnai.
no, they had. I think it was like DJ Coral Reef and somebody else. They didn't have. I would have noticed, because that would have been the coolest thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not necessarily live. They may have played it, like the DJ may have played it. I mean, DJs play tracks, right?
Yeah, they didn't have you though. They had they had sparks on the stage. They had pyrotechnics at this wedding. So I'm pretty sure if check, would you like a Shehnai Guy, they would have checked it.
In Indian weddings, 9 times out of 10
blast. Go if you get a chance. A lot of fun. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Indian weddings, 9 times out of 10, they're big flex. They go all out.
Oh, it was
Yeah, they go all out.
It was a
Daddy's been
blast.
preparing for that wedding for like 20 years.
But it was incredible. It was a lot of fun. You guys party.
Yes.
You guys you party it up. Like
Yes.
I was
Indian weddings
very surprised. We were very, very well taken care of.
Yeah.
We all got
We're very hospitable.
your beautiful culture. Like it was so nice. I felt incredible. Like, and I went, and it was funny because we did it up, and I think maybe we did a little bit more because I actually wore a turban.
Nice.
He didn't, and he's a very, very good friend of mine. And we had arguments about this because I said, I'm wearing a turban at your wedding, and he's like, no, you're not. And he said, there's only one person wearing a turban at this wedding, and it's gonna be me. Is what he said.
But he didn't wear it.
And he didn't even wear one.
But were you the only one wearing it, or?
Yeah, we have some video if you'd like to see. We'll show it to you later, and then
Sometimes
we'll put it
like
up.
the groomsmen wear it, or like the people in part of the procession
Bro,
wear it. Yeah.
you know the part when he comes in on the horse?
Wait, who tied it for you?
I bought it pre-tied.
Oh, okay.
We have it. I'll show it to you downstairs.
Okay.
Show it to you. But we had to buy all these outfits. So when they come in with the horse,
So it's part of your outfit, really.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
But dude, I got the necklaces
Oh, let's
and
go.
the scarf
Let's go.
and the turban with a big gem in it. Had a big gem with a pin.
Oh,
like a
dude.
pin. It was.
Maybe-
I was so jacked, bro. And his family's like, boy, you look better than the groom. And I was like, thank you. And then all the guys would come over going, man, I hate you. All the Indian dudes, because they said I had the shoulders for it.
Let's go.
And I'm like,
That's awesome.
I felt like a shake. I was loving life, loving it. But in the video of them walking up with the horse, so my friends on the horse, and we're all walking up, and the dudes like parade out front.
Mm-hmm.
All you see is my little turban bouncing in the front. Everybody, that's all you see. It's like a Where's Pete, and you see that little turban. It was incredible, man. It was an absolute blast.
Yeah. The processions are fun. It's historically, the weddings are in the same village as the bride, and the procession is essentially the groom and his posse coming into the village, letting everyone know that, hey, I'm about to take the girl.
Well, that and her shoes, apparently.
His shoes. They stole his shoes.
There was thievery
Yeah, his shoes.
of both male and female footwear.
They shouldn't have stolen her shoes.
Well, they.
It was only his shoe.
Yeah, that's his shoes. It's a game.
How did then what happened to her sister?
She had his shoes.
Oh, I didn't know this.
So it's like guy's side versus girl side. So the guy's side wants to keep the shoes on, and the girl side wants to steal the shoes. And in order for him, technically, he's not allowed to leave the altar without his shoes. So if the girl side has his shoes, he has to pay whoever has the shoes.
That's the right too. It's the pay.
It's the pay.
So why all of a sudden? So is it like screw you? We're stealing her shoes too.
No. They didn't steal her shoes.
Hun, her shoes were never stolen.
Yeah, that didn't
So
happen.
why-
I wasn't there. I'm telling you, it didn't happen.
So why then? Well, okay, then explain this one to me. Explain this one to me in shoe lore. Then in shoe lore of explain this.
Fair.
Apparently, at the big wedding, something went awry with the shoes. All I heard was that I guess they got a hold of the bride's shoes and threw them on a roof that nobody could then get to, and it got
Maybe
bad.
the groomsmen did it.
Just to be scutchamens,
Yeah, it's not.
which is an Italian term for you're a jerk.
fair.
You're being
yes,
a pain in the
yes,
ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Maybe
so
that
so it
could have
can-
happened. That could have happened.
Which
maybe,
could have
yeah.
then made an uproar because it was a pretty big thing.
Yeah. People make a big deal out of it. It's crazy. Like people throw punches and everything.
Yeah, dude, he flung this. We were like, Mart and I were sitting like, so it happened. You know how there's like groom side, bride side, and we're over here, and it happens in said quadrant here. But you heard, boom, like when she hurt, like hit, you heard the air come out of her chest, and it was just one of those things where she was pulling, and she pulled and lost balance and slippery shoes, and it was a lot of things falling everywhere. But it was interesting, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
It's actually a game.
Yeah, and
It's a game. It's not like it's that serious, but
But people get aggressive about the shoes.
yeah, they do.
Yeah. So when you're,
Isn't it also supposed to be like it's like little kids asking for the shoes, or like the little kids?
it's
take the
supposed to be
shoes?
40-year-old
Well,
men.
it's a game, so yeah, it should be kids. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's not supposed to be 40-year-old men flinging 28-year-old women across the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
for a
I've seen
shoe.
people like draw blood. Like it's been bad.
Yeah, it gets aggressive. Like she would not. One sister had it. She kind of went flying, and then when she was down on the ground, going, "I think I need traction," she handed it off like a lateral. She kind of like lateraled it to her sister, and her sister kept it, and she just sat there like with it like this, and I
my
was like, "This is
God.
insane." And I just
Yeah.
another coconut water, please. We got to drink. They had little coconuts.
Oh,
with water.
nice. That's
It was
cool.
incredible. It was great.
It was an outdoor wedding.
It was a little mixed because the weather was not cooperating.
Oh, okay.
So some in, some out. And with the turban, thank God, some of it was in because I've never swad like that.
So in Surya, the group that I'm starting, my track that I'm representing is the wind element, and the track that I've composed is called "Breath of a King." and it has this sultan type of vibe. You know that scale where
Yeah,
I was playing
yeah.
is that same scale, Arabic scale, and it's very heavy drums and everything. It's staccatos, and it's gonna be nice. Wait till you hear it. But essentially, I would be curious to see how your turban fits on me for that track.
Bro, you're welcome to use it.
So bring it that night.
I'll give it to you now.
No, bring it that night, and then you can put it on me during the show.
Well, if you can always try it now. It's literally sitting downstairs on our bar.
Okay.
Because it's got this. Everybody's remembers it.
Because I'm assuming you're not gonna wear it again.
No.
Yeah.
Probably unless I said I thought I would wear. I can't believe we're still rolling, right? Yeah. This is great. Just keep. We kept the outfits just because. I've never spent that much on 6 pair of clothes, but not only that, but like, I'm sure they'll have kids. I'm sure we'll have to wear one of these get-ups, right?
Or you can get like some more Indian friends.
Yeah.
We have you now,
Yeah, I'm already married. Well, my son's 8, so
Yeah.
bro. I am not. I'll fit in that when he is
yeah,
maybe
20
late
years from now
20s.
when he gets married,
When he gets married in 20 years, I'll fit in that.
yeah, late 20s.
Or if not, I will squeeze myself. The pants, you know how the pants work.
Oh yeah,
I don't even understand the pants. Like you get them and they're this big,
yeah,
and then they just, and then it's.
yeah. It's like a drawstring thing.
Yeah,
but
it's
they
like
usually don't come with pockets, so I usually get like linen pants from Amazon.
Yeah, that's what a lot of guys did.
Yeah, and then my wife tapers them in.
The tapering, because it looks, it's almost like a one side. They're very comfortable. The
Yeah,
clothing.
yeah.
It was very, very nice. Like we went as we stepped up. The final one was pretty ornate. But yeah, man, you're totally welcome to my. You could even might wear my jacket, which would be sick too.
Yeah,
If you want to borrow it,
we'll check it out.
it looks like a sultan. I
check
said
it out.
I felt like I was a sheikh.
yeah.
Sheikh Joseph. Like it was
Sheikh Joseph.
Sheikh Joseph. But anyway, I want to say one more thing. Tell me about your time with the mulleted one, MacGyver. I have to hear the story. They have to hear the story of MacGyver.
Okay.
Because this is where Shehnai has taken you places, and it's taken you. Let's
go.
Dun, 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 dun.
You know, I didn't
That's
even
18.
know. I didn't even.
That's MacGyver.
That's MacGyver.
Dun, 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 dun.
I didn't even know they were filming MacGyver. That it was a reboot or whatever. They just called me.
Out of nowhere, you didn't even have like an agent or anything. They just said, "Excuse me, sir."
Yeah, so I guess for one of the seasons, one of the shows, there was a royal Indian wedding, and they needed MacGyver shot here in Atlanta, so they needed authentic Indian musicians. That's what they called it, and they also wanted me to compile some people. Like, they didn't want just me; they wanted me to bring like 4 or 5 guys. So yeah, I worked with them directly and kind of made it happen. I got on a call with the director, and we went through all the instruments, and we showed them this instrument, that instrument. They're like, okay, let's pick this one, let's take that one. I guess they have some requirements on what looks good on screen and things like that. And then they would ask me about what's authentic and what's not. They were about to bring out a bugle, like those little trumpet bugles. I was like, bro, that's not Indian.
No.
But yeah, it was an awesome
That's
experience.
cavalry. That's not right. So,
But yeah, it was awesome, man. It was a great experience.
did he use any part of the Shehnai?
Yeah, I played the Shehnai.
Did he use any part of it to dismantle the said bomb or break into a lock? It's MacGyver.
Yeah.
Did he look at you and go, "Give me the bell of that," and then he went, "No."
So I forgot the story, but I think the bride's mother was a terrorist.
Oh.
Yeah, and she hid.
In-laws
She
suck. In-laws
she
suck.
she hid the bomb in the drum, the Indian drum, the barrel drum.
That means I would have got it. I would have got it.
So I was just playing the Shehnai, just like yeah.
It would have been like, and it's like, where is it? It's in the drum. Like, what a way. So they beat.
Yeah, they tackled down one of the drummers, one of my buddies, like MacGyver, or someone tackled him down and stuff. It was awesome, and it's really funny. Supposedly, if you don't have like if you don't say anything on screen, like have any lines, then you're considered an extra. But if you do say something, then you're an actor. So supposedly that's the thing. So the guy who the guy who had the drum who got knocked down, right? He didn't say anything, right? But in the actual show, you can hear somebody going like, "I don't have a ball, man." But it wasn't even him saying it. It was just some random white dude saying.
Is it an accent?
Yeah. It was so funny. So funny. I gotta pull it up. I'll pull it up.
So
one
he
day.
did it in an accent.
Yeah.
That brings up a whole other set of issues.
No. I mean, it's fine.
I'm joking, bro.
That's how we talk.
No, I'm joking. I'm like, I wonder who would have done that.
Yeah,
accent.
but it's funny because it's like, I learned a lot because it's like I understand like how that sort of film industry works now. I mean, not a lot, but it's interesting. And then I got approached by some union to join the actors.
Yeah, SAG.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah, that's right.
You didn't do it?
I did.
Good.
Yeah, so I get royalties.
Good for you.
I get royalties. It's
pal.
awesome. I'm trying to
Well,
get a
not
few
only
more
that,
things.
now you're a union actor and you can go out for even bigger stuff.
Yeah, I think we'll see. Surya is really my taking all my energy right now, but I think eventually I would want to try to do some more stuff.
I think you can. You the niches and the riches, my friend.
Yeah.
You taught me that.
Yeah.
But why don't we do this? Why don't we play ourselves out?
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Why don't we play us out?
What do you want to play?
No. I'm going to pick the drum again.
Yeah. You pick the drum. No. Like what song or like what type of style?
Well, you pick, man.
Okay, I'll
Why don't
pick
we do
something.
Can I make a request?
Sure.
Why doesn't he tell everyone like where he can
Oh yes, that's
be
true.
found and where people can find you, pimp yourself out? that
Give
kind of
yourself
thing.
a
And
give
then-
yourself a pimpin'.
And then play it out.
Sure. So my name is Ankit. I go online by the Shehnai Guy. So Shehnai Guy is so instrument Shehnai, and I'm a guy. So that's kind of how it came across. Essentially, what I'm really trying to promote and push right now is the group that I'm starting off the world music concert. It's called Surya Ensemble. Surya.
Surya Ensemble.
Surya Ensemble. Yes, everything's kind of not launched yet. Meaning I've secured the domain and all the handles and everything like that. But here in the next few weeks, as of today, which is the 25th of January, is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. About 2 weeks, you
Surya.
should have it. Yeah.
It's going to be pretty unique, guys. You want to take your lady out or your man out or whatever you're into.
Yeah. Great date night in the city.
Great.
Girls' night out. Something unique. Something you've never seen
Something
before.
different.
Something different.
And you can have a drink during it, I'm sure.
Yes.
right?
Yes. There's a cash bar there. You're in the heart of Midtown. So yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. Do come out.
Yeah, right. It's on the park, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's a hall in the park. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, there's no reason, people. You should come out and support local artists, not to mention one that has been on MacGyver, and that is talented. It's funny just to watch the man pick up this and kind of easily show what he does. I can't wait to see how this ensemble is going to unfold because it's going to be cool. And I just
thanks.
know you know your music, my friend, and that's like I said, I tiptoe in those areas, but you know it, and it's going to be pretty cool to see this unfold.
No, thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So why don't we?
Let's do something.
Let's do a jam on the way out. Anything in D. How about?
Technically, I can play in G too because it's the fourth.
Damn it! I didn't know that. Remember I said that I think maybe a D plus I got, bro. I might have gotten a D plus. It might have been a D plus. One time we had a teacher and he went out. I think because I drove him crazy. He actually, I think he might have had to be committed. But we got another teacher that graded based off of most improved. Guess who was? I got an A.
Did you?
Yes, and like I think it was like theory 3. I got like an A, and I was like, and everybody else I got like a D. He's like, you son of a bitch, Joseph. And I think that they averaged them together is how I was able to graduate.
Give me like a nice like trill, like a. Let's go. That's
Not
beautiful.
bad for never being in a room together.
That was awesome.
Bro,
Thank you.
the Shehnai Guy, everybody.
That was great.
The Shehnai Guy.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Pete Podcast. Please join us again next week, and consider following us on social media to stay in touch. Links are in the show notes.